about the small things, so. Forget about the big things, so. Say me could talk about the small things, so yeah.
Hello, my people out there where they listen to us. This is now Edu Radio, your talk magazine program where they committed to educate you, to enlighten you, and if possible, to inform you on the level of our education or our educational sector with proper emphasis on the falling standard of our education. We for Edu Radio don't be committed to say we will bring to you all the things when they happen for our educational sector, because the way they go, with a fear, say, if we continue like this, it no go better for us. Today, well, nobody like we talk, we don't lay down our own program just for sake of saying make we bring you our own, we don't package them. People come teach us, especially our children when they house. My name is Oman Dave, and today, the program will they come to you courtesy of our Edu Radio studio. Like we talk, they come up for Love FM on Tuesdays, from 4:15 to 5 o'clock. On Tuesdays, from 4:15 to 5 o'clock. And on our own studio here, we stream live with a record to bring to you so that our own children, your own children, go be involved. Like we talked earlier, this on our social media handle. If you see us here, if sake of say you get complaint, you get question, sake of say for the teachers who will bring, and you want to talk to us, you can reach us on our Facebook page, maybe facebook.com/eduradio.ng. Get us your complaint, anything we need to talk, anything you understand, or you want to appreciate to say this one, or complain where you get, drop the lines there. And you feel listen to us, or if you watch us as we talk to you like this on our Twitter handle, maybe at eduradio.ng, even on Instagram, eduradio.ng. Thank you very much. As our teachers bring you this lesson, enjoy yourself.
Good day, everybody. Is viewing me. My name is Ayamasawi Mark, popularly called Uncle Mark. Anyone you want to call, yeah, okay. I'll be taking you on mathematics. Mathematics, as we know, is a general headache for many children, for most children. Very few understand it, probably due to the way the teachers are teaching it as a subject. But I'm here to make it simpler for us. So I assume that we don't have any idea, or little or no idea. I'll start by introducing science in mathematics. Why? Is because science has been a major problem for students, which has also constituted a barrier in passing the subject mathematics in school. Well, the general science we are aware with, conversant with rather, is minus sign, addition sign, multiplication sign, division sign, as the case is. And sometimes they can call this minus, or you can call it subtraction, or you can call it difference. As the case may be, any name you choose to call it, you are okay. You can call this one the addition sign, popularly known as plus, or sum. You can call this multiplication, or you call it product. Some other textbook will decide to use product. And this is the division sign. Having known this, which I'm sure most of us were familiar with or all children are familiar with from basic school. Let me say minus sign multiplied by another minus sign will be positive. Let me explain further. Anytime you have a negative number, for example, minus 2, multiplying another negative number, the product, this is a product, what they will give you will be a positive value. Let me say any number or alphabet number or numbers or alphabet or alphabets standing alone is or are positive number. Any number written or integer or alphabet written is assumed to be positive except stated otherwise. What do I mean? If I have 1 or 2 or 15 or 1,000, as the case may be, or I have alphabet A or B or C or AC or BC, etc., is assumed to be a positive number except stated otherwise. Except stated otherwise, I mean that it carries a negative in front of it. Then we can conclude that it is a negative number. If not, it is a positive number. Minus 2 is not equal to 2. Many students have failed mathematics because they neglected signs. I would like every student to put into cognizance signs and symbols when dealing with mathematics. Minus 2 can never be the same as 2, in as much as they both have 2, but they are never the same. So many children or students will neglect the sign and throw it away and say, after all, there's 2 there, so it's the same thing. It will never be the same thing. Let us forge ahead. We said a negative number multiplying another negative number will give you a positive number. It could be written as plus 6 or 6. So if the plus is not written in front of the number, it's as good as the number having a positive, imaginary positive number. Minus multiply by a positive number, that is a negative number multiplying a positive number will be a negative number. Anytime we have a negative and a positive number multiplying, the negative number is always stronger than the positive number, or the negative sign rather is always stronger than a positive sign. So the negative will cancel out the positive to become negative. So minus 3 times plus 2 or positive 2 will give you a negative 6. Minus times plus is negative. This 2 is assumed to be plus to do an imaginary plus. You should just imagine it's positive based on what I've said. So minus 3 times positive 2 will give you a negative answer of 6 and not 6. Any student that writes minus 3 times 2 is 6 will fail it, and this is wrong and this is correct. It must be negative answer before it becomes correct. Let's forge ahead. This sign will be only applicable if it is a product that is joining them. We are going to see addition and subtraction of signs, but we are dealing with multiplication of signs. 3 plus times minus minus. Anytime a positive number is multiplying a negative number, like I said initially, the negative number or the negative sign is always stronger than the positive sign. So anytime a positive is multiplying a negative, it will always be negative. 3 times minus 2 will also give you minus 6. The 3 is a positive number, the minus 2 is negative, and it's going to give you a negative answer 6. Let's forge ahead. Anytime a negative number, a positive number, and another positive number multiplies themselves, the answer will always be positive. If I have 5 times 4, for instance, it will give me a positive 20. 5 is a positive number. Even if the plus sign is not written, it's a positive number. Take note. It could be plus 5 times plus 4, which is still plus 20 or 20. Nobody will write plus 5 times plus 4. We always see 5 times 4, 2 times 1, as seen in our multiplication table. They are all positive numbers, except stated otherwise. It will give you a positive answer. Let's forge ahead. I hope we've been able to understand signs. For any inquiry or further questions, you can as well visit our Facebook page. You could visit our Twitter and YouTube channel, put your questions, or place a call on the number that will be provided on the screen or number that is given there for further questions and inquiry on science. Without wasting time, let's dive into fractions. I started teaching fractions. I just want to quickly summarize it. Fractions. We said fractions or fraction is a part of a whole number or an integer. If I have a full orange and I cut the orange into 2 equal halves, this becomes a fraction of the whole orange. Half of it becomes a fraction or part of this full orange. It becomes 1/2. So fractions of the form 1/2, 3/5, 6/8, 9/4, 2 whole number 1/3, etc., as the case may be. Without wasting time, I introduced the topic in one of our lectures where I said we have 3 types of fractions. We have the proper fraction, we have the improper fraction, and we also have the mixed fraction. Without wasting time, the proper fraction is the fraction where we have a smaller number on top of a bigger number. This one written here is called the numerator, and the one below is called the denominator. So a proper fraction is a fraction where the numerator is smaller in value than the denominator. An improper fraction is a fraction where the denominator is larger in value. The numerator is larger in value than the denominator. It is very, very improper For somebody weighing 10 kilogram or 3 kilogram to be carried, let's use 3 kilograms, this is measured in 3 kilogram, for instance, it's not proper for somebody weighing 3 kilogram to be carried by somebody weighing 2 kilogram. That is why it's called improper fraction. Where the denominator is smaller than the numerator, it becomes improper. While lastly, a mixed fraction is a fraction where we have a whole number and a fraction together. It's called a mixed fraction. Addition and subtraction of fractions. Before then, if I have a mixed fraction, 3 whole number 1 over 2, and minusing 2 whole number 1 over 2, we cannot solve in this form until we convert this mixed fraction to an improper fraction. Well, this will lead me to conversion of fractions. Let me quickly deal with it. If I'm to convert this mixed fraction, 3 whole number 1 over 2, first of all, I'll multiply the denominator, which is 2, by the whole number, which is 3. I will say 2 times 3. The answer I get is 6. Step 2. The answer gotten from the multiplication of the denominator and the whole number will be added to the numerator, 6 plus 1, to give me 7. Step 3. I will now take the 7 I've gotten and write it over the denominator. You can try this at home. You can try that at home. Now let's forge ahead. Having known how to convert from a mixed fraction to an improper fraction, we can as well convert back from an improper fraction to a mixed fraction. If I have 7 over 2, I want to take it back to an improper fraction. I would ask myself, what number will divide 2 and divide 7 without remainder? Obviously, there is no number that can divide 2 and 7 without remainder except 2. And 2 will divide 7 and there will be remainder. So I'll ask, how many 2 can I find in 2? Any number divided by itself is 1. So I have 1, 2. How many 2 can I count inside the 2? 1, 2, just once. So 2 into itself is 1. The next question I'll ask myself, since I've used 2, the rule is that anything you do here to the denominator, you do the same to the numerator. Since I used 2 to divide, I'll use 2 also. How many 2 can I find in 7? I can count 7 for those of us that may not be able to use our timetable. I'll count 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many 2s can I find in 7? 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can find 2 in 7 3 times, but there's a remainder of 1. Now, I write the 3 times up. So this becomes 3 over 1. So, but there's a remainder. We should not forget about the remainder. So it will go 3 times remainder of 1 over the number. it becomes 3 whole number 1 over 2. You can try this at home. Convert the following. 6 over, alright, I'll make it 9 over 2, 15 over 4, 12 over 7. You can try that at home. Let's forge ahead to the addition of this fraction. 3 whole number. Now, before I solve this, let me quickly say something for those of you that may be sitting for WAEC or JAM. There's a clear-cut difference between this language, simplify and evaluate. Anytime you are giving the question simplify, the word simplify means you have to solve to a point that you can no longer solve that value again. You can no longer solve that question again. You keep on breaking until you cannot break again. But when you hear evaluate, you break to a point. Any point you can break to, you break and leave it there. You are correct. But simplify, you must break it to a point where you can't break. That is why it's called simplify. Now, for this type of question, if you have been given a question like this, you first of all convert it. Because you cannot solve fraction in a mixed form, you first of all convert it to an improper form. So step 1, convert the mixed fraction to an improper fraction. So this will become 3 on number 1 over 2. I'm converting it. 2 times 3 is 6. The 6 that we've gotten plus the 1 will give you 7. You write 7 over 2. You as well do for this. 2 whole number 1 over 2. I want to quickly convert it. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. I write it 5 over the denominator 2. So for this we will now have 7 over 2 minus 5 over 2. Now when we have a fraction in this form and the denominators are the same, we can solve it now. Seven over 2 minus 5 over 2. I'll solve it in 2 ways. 1, if the denominators of this fraction and this fraction are the same, all you do is to either add or subtract the numerators. As this case is, there's a minus, so you say 7 minus 5 and pick one of the denominator, which is 2. So 7 minus 5 is 2 over 2. You ask yourself, how many 2 can you find in 2? 2 here, 1, 2 here, 1. 1 over 1 is 1. So therefore, the answer is equal to 1. Let's forge ahead. Or seven over 2 minus 5 over 2 can be solved by looking for what we call the LCM. And how do you get the LCM? You draw a line this way and you say, what is the LCM of 2 and 2? Some people will say they will multiply this denominator by this denominator, 2 times 2, and they write 4, correct? You can as well pick one of the twos based on both denominators are the same. You just pick one and write 2 and take 2 as the LCM. Well, let's try another one by saying 7 over 2 minus 5 over 2 and say 2 times 2, 4. Well, we'll solve it in 2 ways. Now, we have picked 2. Why am I picking 2? Because 2 here, 2 here, you can as well look for LCM, 2, 2. You ask yourself, what number can break it? 1, 1. So the LCM is 2. You can't break further. So the LCM will now be 2. So that's why I chose 2. Well, so 2, you ask yourself, these 2 that you have gotten as your LCM divided by the denominator of the first fraction, which is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. This 2 divided by this 2 is 1. Then you say that 1 times 7 is 7. You first divide the denominator. The answer you've gotten after dividing the denominator, you use the answer to multiply it with the numerator. 2 divided by 2, I got 1. Then that 1 multiplied by this 7 is 7. The final answer is what I'll write here. My minus sign, I'll just bring it down. And do likewise for this other side of the fraction. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. I'll say 7 minus 5 will give me 2 over the same 2. 2 into 2 is 1. Back to the answer, 1. Or I decide to multiply these 2 by these 2 to get my LCM as 4. And I'll say 4 divided by 2 is 2. That 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 here 1, 2 in 4 is 2. 2 over 1 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. The minus sign, I bring it down. 4 divided by this 2 is still 2. 2 times 5 is 10. 14 minus 10 is 4 over 4. 4 into 4 is 1. 4 into 4 is 1. 1 over 1 is still 1. Any way you choose to do it is the same, or you can decide to break it. 4 here, 4 over 4. And I said I can use 2. 2 is a factor of 4. So 2 into 4 is 2. 2 into this 4 is 2. 2 into 2 is 1. 2 into 2 is 1. The answer is 1. Anyway you choose to break it, you are all correct. Let us forge ahead quickly. Let's look at evaluate. Evaluate 1 over 2
I hope so, my people with out there, when I enjoy yourself. I hope say our teachers will sacrifice themselves, come out for house to come give now these lectures or these online lectures. Do justice to them very well. However, we would improve. We're not the perfect. I just want to say keep on keeping on with us on Edu Radio. We will give you the best. Love you. God bless.